Hi, I'm Herm Gailey here with a 2-year-old gelding we call Mike. We put up a previous segment that allowed us to watch this colt move around us. We wanted to see how he was going to be because the time's approaching to get on his back. Was he stiff? Was he responsive? Was he worried? And we saw some brace and some uncertainness, particularly to the left. So I'm going to begin the process of working through that today. I'm not going to do it by lunging him endlessly and tugging on his face. I'm going to do it more so by softening him up, seeing if we can get him a little looser, a little freer, and a little more comfortable with the idea. So what I'm going to do, let's move him around us to the left. And I'll step him up into a trot. And this is a little bit of a replay of our previous video here. And you can see he's looking to the outside. He's a little stiff, not terrible, but then he comes in on me. He's kind of stiff. Now he still yields because he's learned to do that. Has not had a lot of go around work. Has not had a lot of work circling you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work not on tugging his head toward me to soften him up. If you tug his head towards you, what you're probably going to do is if he's stiff, his rear end's going to swing to the outside because he's going to turn like a stick. Yes, he's going to put his head in, but his backside's going to go to the outside of his circle. So what I want to do is I want to work on the most underrated part of the horse's body. That's the rib cage right back in here, and see if we can drive that away. And when that starts moving, then you can work forward or backward, move their whole hindquarter or move their shoulder. So I'm looking right in front of that whirl that they have going down at their flank. And I'm saying, move over, move over, move over. What I'm not doing is saying, just shift your hindquarter. I'm asking him to shift his body and particularly to bend with that part of his rib cage, because if you watch, when he bends that part of his rib cage, watch where his head goes. It bends in also. If you soften them right at the rib cage there, you're going to soften them at this break in their articulation. You're going to help them here. You're going to help them here. If all you do is pull on this and try to get that softened, you're going to wind up with their head broke loose, followed by about 1,000 pounds of dead meat, unbroke meat. Who wants to ride or deal with a big chunk of untrained meat? Let's train that meat and make it something worthwhile. Let's make sure that they know how to move their ribs away. There. And you don't want him to lag. He's getting a little casual. And then, as you can see, you can move forward, move his shoulder over, move his shoulder over. And that's different from moving their shoulder over like this. Well, I guess I should do it this direction, like this. In other words, this is a completely different maneuver. And I really haven't done that with him. That's not the way you want to move their shoulder over in this softening segment. You want to move their shoulder over with their head to the inside. See that? And you've got that rib cage soft and the shoulder moving over also. So that's helpful. There are other things you can do. Very simple maneuver that helps break a horse loose is to take your rope. Now you would want to be careful doing this with a horse that was real unsure. But you step right around them, keep yourself safe. Now I've got that rope there, and I can ask him to turn, and it's gonna not just shift his head, it's going to shift his whole body and then bring his front end on through. And that's actually something that I was shown at a colt starting clinic back in 1997. I started a 2-year-old with Ray Hunt. I've seen quite a lot of people do this since, and it's a good exercise. They can get a little lost, but it gets them to where they come on through and they bend through their whole body. So those are useful things you can do. There's another little deal I do. I call it tail bending, but I think that's so much fun we'll do a separate segment on it. So those are a couple of things you can do to soften your horse up. Now, the test is to see if we've made any progress when we translate this into a circle. Now, he could be a little confused between going around and softening up. Yeah, you're seeing a little confusion there. 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 I just want him to get comfortable with going forward also, because he was a little stuck. What I did was good. It softened him, but it got him a little bit stuck. Now there's something I see with this colt. It's a useful thing to know for when I get on him. He's got a little bit of a temper. Whoa. Now why would I not make a big deal out of that? He sort of had a little temper tantrum. Because with this particular horse, what I've observed in the past is when he has one of those little outbursts, it's usually his attempt to search through to the other side. And if you notice, after he got lost like that, it was like he broke through and then all of a sudden he went around better. So there's a fair bit of work to be done working to the left, but that's what we need to know. We got no problems here, but I wouldn't get on this colt. Why would you get on one that doesn't guide from the ground? When I do get on him, hopefully I'll have enough guidance on him on the ground that it's going to translate well when I'm on his back, and I'm going to be safer, he's going to be happier, and it's all going to go well. Hang around this summer. With a bit of luck, we'll be showing you that as well. Thanks.